Good morning. Sonia Gallion Comunica, SoniaGallionComunica.com, and the author of 10 Things I Wish I Knew as a Single Parent, where we talk about all things single parents. I bet you thought it was difficult to become a billionaire. Nope, it's not. You know, the funny thing is, Jeff Bezos did something that I talk about in my book, 10 Things I Wish I Knew as a Single Parent. He went to his family members to create Amazon. Yes. He borrowed $10,000 from his siblings, and I think he borrowed like 50,000 from his parents, his mom and stepdad, and he created Amazon. And in my book, I have a chapter where I talk about creating a family business. I typically teach you to do that with life insurance, but if you all come together as a family, do you realize how powerful that can be? Amazon was created, yes, by Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott and all the wonderful other investors. But when you can create something also as a family, gives you a sense of pride. It is said that the $10,000 his siblings gave and donated to Amazon has gone up over 10 million%. What can you do for your family? How can you work together? How do you create a billionaire family legacy? Well, you know what it takes? It takes partnership. And today, we're going from millionaire into billionaire. You guys with me? You got your coffee? You got something strong? Do you have your breakfast? You ready to go? Because today, we're going to go into Wealth Building 104. And Wealth Building 104 is the billionaire mindset that generates corporations, legacies that last for generations. And that's what you want to be thinking about. You need to be thinking beyond yourself. When I was growing up, I had a scripture in my mind, and it was from the Bible, and it said, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And that's found in Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So whenever you're thinking about building something, building wealth, you want to be thinking legacy. You want to be thinking something that lasts 100, 200, 1,000 years beyond you for generations to come. Every generation should not have a struggle. It's almost silly. We're supposed to be setting up the next generation for success. One of the things I talk about in my Wealth Building 101 is I teach you how to have a system, and I recommend the Jewish 5-jar method because that is a long-term system. Whenever you put God first, you put your community first, charity, it always brings good things back to you. Even if there's some problems, some challenges at times, it brings good things back to you. So Wealth Building 104 is the billionaire mindset. Billionaire with a B. What does that look like? Well, that looks like Jeff Bezos. That looks like me coming to you in trust and saying, I'm going to try to do something. I don't know if it's going to work, but if it does, it's going to be fantastic. If it doesn't, I still love you guys. We're all still family. Let's try something new. We'll just know that didn't work. Kind of the Thomas Edison method. So the first thing in Wealth Building 104, the billionaire mindset, is strategic partnerships. It is impossible to generate long-term lasting wealth, the Yellowstone Ranch, all these massive, massive corporations, Coca-Cola, without strategic partnerships, without the right people coming together and building. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and I forget Firestone's first name, but they were all best buddies, and they had a mastermind. And those companies are massive, even to this day. And that's what happens when you have strategic partnerships. You create something that could not have been created separate, but all of you together and your minds together creates this amazing, amazing opportunity. And you provide jobs for people, you provide opportunity, benefits, and a lot of great things long term. And you create a lasting legacy for your family. So you can only do that with strategic partnerships, the right build. Step 2, franchise acquisition for passive income. Not necessarily working in the business, with the exception of Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A does require the owners to participate. And honestly, they have created a dynamic product by doing that. So the exception is Chick-fil-A. You want to create something that's got long-term value, that has a great system in place. Obviously, McDonald's is the number one in terms of franchise. In the system that they created, everybody else follows. But there are some places that go above and beyond in terms of service, like Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out Burger, and Raising Cane's. And you want to definitely, buy into those business models. So a franchise is an excellent way to begin your billionaire journey. Whatever that franchise is, just make sure you're overseeing it and the people that are managing them have the same vision and values that you have, obviously. And the next thing is asset acquisition. If you want to get into billionaire with a B lifestyle, you need asset acquisition. You can't just be like buying cars just to drive and be cool. It's not what it's for. It is buying things that have long-term lasting value, that are worth something, that if you need to sell them in an auction or whatever, they would be valuable. Art, real estate, and classic vehicles. So it's really changing the mindset, getting out of this instant gratification mindset and really thinking about long term. How do I create something that's going to be lasting for generations? So we begin with the basics in Wealth Building 101, but we end with a billionaire mindset in Wealth Building 104. Step number 4, investing in other businesses in exchange for equity. So many times we do things with a desire for money when you should be doing things for equity, okay? Yes, it's nice to have a paycheck. We all want to see money sitting in our bank accounts. Of course, that's exciting. But when you have equity, you've got long-term lasting value, and you have a part of that business. So if you have 1% of $1 billion business, just do the math on that, okay? 1% of $1 billion business. And you get that every week, every month, every year. It's pretty powerful, okay? So think in terms of equity and not dollars so much or cash. Look at cash equivalents even. Me, I'm not big on the Bitcoin or the NFTs, but I am open to non-cash equivalents, and you should be also, because that is how you build wealth. Cash in your pocket can go poof, just like that, but equity is forever. And then the final phase of the billionaire wealth building 104, is trust accounts for asset protection. And obviously we need to meet with a lawyer for that, to create trusts and to figure out which state is best with you. I mean, there's some things in South Dakota there's some things in Nevada that are better than others for your protection of your assets in the event of a divorce or anything else that can go wrong. My goal is typically to help single parents. So divorce is a big deal for many people. It seems to be like a staple these days. People just getting divorced for the silliest reasons. So Wealth Building 104 is all about a billionaire mindset, legacy, and long-term thinking. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sonia Gallion-Cominica, SoniaGallionCominica.com, and the author of 10 Things I Wish I Knew as a Single Parent, where we talk about all things single parents. And I wish you an amazing day. And I wish you that you get on that path to billionaire status. And like me, have a scripture or a proverb, something that stays in your mind that motivates you forward. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much.